A bombshell tonight over embattled comedian Bill Cosby, reportedly with his own words. A naked man was arrested after a chase in the woods. Tonight, we'll hear from the East Texan who says he was chasing after him. Caught on camera, a 4th of July brawl at this East Texas campsite. What authorities say started it. And a tree fell on this woman's garage and that apparently set off a swarm.
Live in high definition, you're watching KLTV 7 News, your East Texas news leader.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. A startling turn tonight in the case of the women who accused comedian Bill Cosby of drugging them for the purpose of sexual abuse.
The comedian has never been criminally charged and his lawyers have dismissed all of those claims. But now accusers may have new information on their side in Bill Cosby's own words. ABC's Lana Zach has more.
It could be the smoking gun in the he said, she said between Bill Cosby and the more than 24 women who accuse him of sexual abuse or of drugging them. The Associated Press went to court to obtain documents showing Cosby testified in 2005 that he obtained sedative pills called Quaaludes. The papers quote Cosby answering yes when asked if he was using Quaaludes for young women that you wanted to have sex with. The unsealed documents revealed that Cosby's lawyers claimed 2 of his accusers knew that they were taking Quaaludes from the comedian. The deposition was part of a lawsuit from a former Temple University employee. Cosby's lawyers objected to its release, saying it would embarrass him. Cosby settled the lawsuit. One of Cosby's other accusers, former model Beverly Johnson, told ABC News that he drugged her.
I took a couple of sips of the cappuccino, and from the first sip and then the second sip, I knew I had been drugged.
Tonight, she says, I'm not at all surprised. Truth does not have an expiration date. In May, ABC's Lindsay Davis interviewed the 77-year-old comedian exclusively about the allegations.
I have been in this business 52 years, and I've never seen anything like this.
Attorney Gloria Allred, who represents several of Bill Cosby's accusers, says she hopes to use his newly revealed admission in court cases against him. Lana Zach, ABC News, New York.
Again, Bill Cosby has never been charged with any crime in connection with all of those accusations. New tonight, a motorcycle rider from Nebraska is confirmed dead after a weekend crash. According to DPS, 48-year-old Raymond Moore of Omaha was driving his motorcycle Saturday on Highway 31 East right outside of Tyler when he crashed into the oncoming lane and hit a pickup. Moore died at the scene. The driver of that truck, identified as 19 Quentin Johnson of Tyler, did not suffer any injuries. Attorneys for the convicted Boston Marathon bomber have filed a request for a new trial. Johar Tsarnaev was sentenced to die for the 2013 bombing that killed 3 people and injured more than 260 others.
The Gregg County Sheriff's Office is asking for the public's help in solving the death of a Liberty City man. On May 20th, authorities found 24-year-old John Allen Franco inside a wrecked vehicle on Highway 135 and Smallwood Road. Investigators arrived on the scene to find Franco had died from 1 bullet wound to the head. 8 weeks without any leads about who committed this crime, his family is taking matters into their own hands.
We know somebody knows something, so we thought we'd make some flyers and where everybody can see, we're just not sitting back quietly. We're trying to do whatever we can, to get some help.
Gregg County Sheriff's Office is asking if you have any information on Franco's shooting to please come forward. New tonight, a Massachusetts man has been charged with posting on an FBI website that he planned to kill President Obama. 28-year-old Andrew O'Keefe is charged with a felony count of posting an online threat against the president. According to court documents, O'Keefe posted the threat on May 13th. During a search of his home, authorities say they found more than 100 weapons, including swords, double-edged knives, hatchets, and spears. Andrew O'Keefe faces a maximum sentence of 5 years in prison if convicted.
Troopers arrest a man after children were reportedly sitting everywhere in his convertible, except in their seats. Ramirez Arteaga, who's a Mexican national citizen, was arrested in Crockett on a charge of child endangerment. Authorities say a trooper spotted him driving that convertible while 2 children were sitting on the doors and another child was sitting on top of the back seat. Those children ranged in age from 2 to 16. In addition, authorities say they also found an open alcohol container in that car. Take a look at this. A 3-alarm fire tore through 3 buildings in Kentucky today. Officials say construction crews were doing work on this vacant building when the fire started, eventually spreading to 2 other buildings. 85 firefighters are working still tonight to keep that fire under control. We are learning more tonight about the incident this morning that ended with a naked man and his mother being arrested.
This morning, Nacogdoches County constables arrested 31-year-old Irene Rogers after he was reportedly seen running naked through some woods. After his arrest, Rogers told authorities he was high on meth and that he had gotten the drugs from his mother, 51-year-old Sharina Sanchez. New tonight, KLTV 7's Blair Leday talks with a man who says Rogers was actually chasing him.
Women, children, and anyone who made a turn down County Road 475 in Etoile this morning got an eyeful.
About to turn into County Road and I go down to visit with a friend down there. And when I turned on the road, I observed a naked body ahead of me.
That naked body belonged to 31-year-old Irene Rogers of Arizona.
Is that guy up there really naked? And the lady said, yeah. She said, it's awful.
Nacogdoches County authorities say they had received calls that Rogers was running in and out of the woods.
I knew something was wrong with him.
Rogers says he and other bystanders watched Rogers until authorities arrived on the scene.
911 told us to try to keep an eye on him as best we could keep an eye on him until they got there. So it was hard to do, but we did.
That's when Rogers made a lunge at Alders, intercepted by taser. According to officials, he was high on meth.
He made a dash for me and tried to grab a hold of me.
And the story became even more unthinkable when authorities found out his mother, 52-year-old Sharina Sanchez, had given him the meth that he admitted led him to stripping and talking to God. Alders said he was initially nervous when the man went after him.
At that time, of course, it was obvious he didn't have a weapon.
Alders says he doesn't know why the man acted out this way, but the incident was a first.
I don't know, it's just not normal in Etoile to see somebody walking down the middle of the road with their clothes off.
Blair Leday, KLTV 7 News.
Sheriff's deputies say they discovered 0.7 grams of meth in the home. They arrested Rogers' mother on a charge of state jail felony possession of a controlled substance. Rogers is charged with the resisting arrest, public intoxication, and disorderly conduct. An update now. Hawkins City Council members have tabled the debate on whether to move the sign that reads, "Jesus welcomes you to Hawkins." The Hawkins City Council decided at a meeting tonight to table any action on the sign that faces U.S. Highway 80. The sign came under scrutiny in early June when a Wisconsin-based organization, the Freedom from Religion Foundation, requested the sign be moved to private property, claiming that the reference to Jesus violated church and state separation laws. Hawkins Chamber of Commerce President Debbie Crawford says she hopes the sign debate will resolve itself peacefully.
I think it might keep people on edge. I don't think Hawkins would be divided over this. There are too many people that have a real heart for Hawkins.
Tonight's meeting was specially set after 3 council members requested it on Friday.
New tonight, authorities are investigating a brawl that broke out on July 4th, allegedly over a Confederate flag. According to the Nacogdoches County Sheriff's Office investigators, bystanders at Camp Tonkawa Springs were approached by a white man waving a Confederate flag and yelling racial slurs before this fight started. Investigators say the victim in the brawl fled the scene. So far, no arrests have been made. The fate of the Confederate battle flag at the South Carolina State House could be decided as early as tomorrow. The State House is expected to vote on whether or not to remove that flag from its grounds. Today, the State Senate passed a bill to remove the flag. If the House approves that same bill, it will go to South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. A tree came crashing down on a South Texas home, but in addition to the crashing sound, homeowners also had to contend with a whole lot of buzzing from a ton of bees. More on that in 60 seconds. Take a look at this. Bees and a fallen tree are making a difficult combination for a woman in Santa Fe, Texas, near Houston. Judy Wagner says the bees were in the garage of her home for years and not hurting anyone. but a falling tree seemed to agitate them. It would agitate me too. Today, beekeepers were out vacuuming up all those bugs. Judy says right now, tree services will not go near the house because chainsaw noises rile up the bees. A bee removal service has agreed to take care of the bees in exchange for all the honey inside the garage walls, and you can tell by that video there seems to be a lot of combs they're pulling out of there. So apparently bees are upset by falling trees and chainsaw noises.
Well, when you get evicted, you would be irritated.
They're half human, really. Eggs have pretty much tripled in price over the last month. The avian flu has forced the extermination of nearly 40 million chickens nationwide, and eggs now cost more than just chicken feed.
At Skinner's Grocery and Market in Longview, they have eggs delivered twice a week. In the past month or so, they say sometimes the price would rise on every delivery. They say they keep it as low as possible, but it is a business. Some will continue to pay the price, some will cut back.
And you can get them on sale at times, and you'd buy 3 or 4 dozen at a time, but you know, now we'll eat more cereal.
Right now, many grocery stores are limiting the number of eggs you can buy until the supply increases, which should bring about a drop in prices.
A lot of people on our Facebook page talking tonight that they have their own chickens and they have neighbors that have chickens, and that's how they're handling it. Okay, and not
that's
what
you said you were doing, Anissa, which is really good.
Point, I mean, you just do the yard egg thing. They taste better to me anyway.
They do. They're a little creamier tasting, I think, for some reason.
They're really yolky.
See, I've actually had. I mean, I like the eggs.
I've got nothing. Go ahead.
Taylor's like, y'all are too country for me.
No, that's just got to be a first that he's got nothing.
Got nothing.
Uh-huh.
He'll think of something.
Write it down.
Enjoy it.
Write it down.
Won't last.
Well, we had ourselves another summer day. Obviously, it's summer. It's July the 6th. And you know what? It wasn't that bad. The breeze was still around. And because of the rain we had in the spring, it's really helping. I'll tell you why in just a few minutes. But first, let's go ahead and check our Grant Flannery neighborhood weather net stop at White House Junior High School, where it was up to 91 this afternoon. 78 right now. We'll talk more in a minute. Don't go anywhere.
Get beginner tips, video recipes, and more in the brand new East Texas Kitchen app. Available right now in your app store. Download it today. The new Storm Tracker 7 dual pole Doppler radar now available in your KLTV weather app. Get it today and see severe weather like never before. Storm Tracker 7 weather is sponsored by At Home Healthcare, bringing healthcare home for over 25 years.
Temperatures pretty close to normal with regards to high temperatures across here. Yeah, a little warmer in a couple of spots, but it was the low temperatures that were 5-6 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. But again, the wind has been nice, and because of the rain that we had over the spring, keeping the ground nice and saturated, that ground does not warm up as fast as a dry ground does. So that's kind of keeping high temperatures in check. As you can see, Tyler's high today, 92. Yes, that's fairly sunny throughout the day today, and that southerly breeze, but 91 is the normal, so that's not bad. 96 in Longview, that's 3 above, so that was a little on the warm side. 79, though, in the morning, and 95 in Lufkin was 78. So that's a couple of degrees above normal, but still, you know, over the past several summers, we've seen some pretty hot temperatures already by this time of year. Storm Tracker Live Doppler radar, quiet, not a drop of rain today. Temperatures 82 Tyler, 81 Longview, 78 though, kind of nice in the Lufkin area, 81 in Marshall. We've got 83 in Sulphur Springs, and in Mineola the temperature is 82. In Liberty City, John Stanglin's reporting 83 degrees, one of the warmer spots on the map here this evening. 80 at Holly Lake Ranch. There's an 83 as well in Athens, 79 in Trawick, and in Broadus it's also showing up at 83 degrees. So tonight, 76. Kind of warm, not too bad. Southerly wind at about 10 from time to time. So partly cloudy skies, but as we begin the day, we'll start off mostly cloudy, but then partly cloudy in the afternoon. Looking for those heat index values again in many locations to get into the triple digits. That's when you really got to be careful, especially during the heat of the day. Even though the actual high will be 92, maybe 93 degrees, it's what it feels like out there that you need to kind of got to keep an eye on that. So for tonight, again, skies become mostly cloudy in the morning. Head into the afternoon, just 1 or 2 spotty showers, maybe a little bit of lightning and thunder, but we're going to call for about a 10 to 20% chance for that to happen both tomorrow and on Wednesday. But according to Precision Cast, Wednesday afternoon, really looking pretty quiet, but I think there's still that possibility we could see a few developing. And then as we start our day on Thursday, there we go right back to those mostly cloudy skies again. So just that 10, maybe 20% chance during the afternoon tomorrow. About 92 again for time, maybe 93, 94 over the southern counties. But then 93 on Wednesday, still a 20% chance for some rain. Thursday, though, I think the rain chances leave the forecast as high pressure really starts to settle overhead. And then as we look at the upcoming weekend, we've got the Mineola Fire Department Rodeo going on, starting 8 p.m. nightly. That will be coming up on the 12th. And the 13th. I know this says 2013, but it is coming up this coming weekend, and we'll get those dates for you corrected if necessary. So how about this? 93s all the way through Friday, even into Saturday, then 94 on Sunday, 95 then expected to be on Monday, but check out the 7+ 7-day forecast. We're seeing 96s all the way through Friday, cooling off maybe a little bit on Saturday with a few showers both Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday around 94 degrees. So it's going to be pretty close to being hot at that point, folks. All right, let's go ahead and give away an umbrella, and it goes to Danny Miller of Palestine. Danny, congratulations. If you would like to do the same, just please send me your name, address, and phone number to that address, or go to KLTV.com, click on Win Stuff, and please sign yourselves up.
All right, thank you so much,
You're welcome.
Mark.
Hey, one more happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. It has been a very, very good day.
Happy birthday. How did I miss it? It
71
was your
years young
birthday.
today. 71 years young.
71.
He wishes he looked like
71 years young.
That's right. That's
Thank
what
you,
it
Mark.
is.
Exactly. Happy birthday, Mark.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
An alert is out for an East Texas fugitive. Police say has already made one death threat.
Crime Fighters is next on KLTV 7, your East Texas news leader.
Mark Scented Wood Umbrella is sponsored by UT Health Northeast.
Tonight on KLTV 7 Crime Fighters, an East Texas Sheriff's Office says it needs your help to find a dangerous fugitive who is accused of assaulting and threatening to kill his girlfriend. Taylor is standing by with the details.
We begin the second half of the year with two new faces for KLTV 7 Crime Fighters tonight. One accused of a violent series of crimes, one accused of stealing clothes at East Texas store. We'll start, though, with this face first. This is Francisco Baldozo. Now, he's wanted by the Smith County Sheriff's Office on a charge of aggravated sexual assault. They tell us earlier this year he took his girlfriend hostage in a Smith County home and repeatedly assaulted her for 3 days. He's even accused of threatening to kill her and kill their small child if she tried to leave him. Now, this charge is a first-degree felony and carries a $1 million bond in Smith County. If you've seen this man, please email us at crimefighters@kltv.com or call 903-566-6600. He may have left the area, but if you see him, please let us know. Until we get your tip, we will keep him right here on our wanted board. He is the first new face of the month of July. Here's the second. The Jacksonville Police Department is looking for this man, Edwin Griffin. He's wanted for organized retail theft. Police tell us that in August of last year, 2014, he and another person went into the Bells in Jacksonville and removed 2 piles of Chaps brand pants and shirts, then walked out right there at the front door and drove away in a red Ford SUV, headed south on Highway 69. Now, police say that other person has already been arrested for this crime, but they're still looking for Edwin Jermaine Griffin. If you know where he is, you can email us at crimefighters@kltv.com or call 903-586-2546. But for now, Edwin Griffin goes on our wanted board. He is the second new face of the night. Your tips helped to put a new face on the busted board just like last week. They can do it again tonight. Email us or check out the Crime Fighters page online.
The Crime Fighters page is always up to date on KLTV.com. Just look for Only on KLTV 7 News under the News tab. Click Crime Fighters and click any name to submit your tip. It's the biggest high school football showcase in the country, and one lucky East Texan proved he was worth an invitation. Coming up next in sports, we'll have more on the Nacogdoches Dragon, who has caught national attention.
KLTV Sports, sponsored by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas.
I'm Laura Sadler in for Justin Woodard, who has the night off. All right, he's the only East Texan that's been invited to one of the most prestigious high school football events in the country. Nacogdoches Dragon Brandon Jones is on his way to the opening held at the Nike World Headquarters in Oregon. The opening only hosts the nation's elite high school football prospects. And Nacogdoches head football coach Bobby Ray says this is just another way Jones has brought national attention back here in East Texas. Less than 170 high school kids across the country get an invite to participate in the opening, and Nacogdoches native Brandon Jones has made the cut. The soon-to-be senior with 40 collegiate offers has proven he's one of the best in the country.
Well, the opening is the big one. It's the one that all the kids, if they could go to, that's the one that they'd go to.
Nacogdoches has had a recent boom in making an appearance in the opening, as Jones will be the third Dragon to put the black and gold on the map.
And they put you up against the best in the nation. So it's an opportunity for you to showcase your skills against the best kids in the nation that are the same level you are.
While Jones will be playing for himself, his growing notoriety has brought exposure to his teammates as well, who have been able to piggyback off his success.
It's an opportunity for other kids to also be seen, because even though they come and they take a look at Brandon, they've got to see the other kids that are on the field. So it's going to open doors for other kids.
Anywhere you look, the safety has a 4 to 5 star rating, and for Reyes, this invite was no surprise.
Right now, he's the #1 safety prospect in the nation. So, you know, things like that, when you're a talented athlete, things like that are going to come your way. He's 6 foot and he's 205 pounds. He runs a 4.38 40. You know, he benches 315, he cleans 300 pounds. There's not many kids his size that do that.
While the 4-day event won't consist of any play in full pads, there'll be plenty of dynamic competition between spark testing and 7-on-7 competition to spotlight what Jones is made of.
His coverage skills are very good, so he'll get an opportunity to show his coverage skills, get him an opportunity to show, you know, how good of hands he has on breaking on the ball and catching a football.
Jones is currently in Dallas, where he will be flying out tomorrow. The opening will officially begin on Thursday, July 7th, and will be televised on ESPNU July 9th and 10th for the 7-on-7 tournament. The kids they're divided into 4 different teams, and Jones will be playing on Team Superbad. Seems pretty fitting. All right, they say that 1 is the loneliest number, but if you're the only Texas Ranger named to the All-Star team, that's not a bad time to be singled out. The full roster for MLB's All-Star Game were released today, and designated hitter Prince Fielder has been tabbed to the American League All-Star team. And it's the first time since 2007 that just one Texas Ranger has made the list. Prince currently has the second best batting average in the American League at .347 with 13 homers and 50 RBIs. The game will be July 15th in Cincinnati, Ohio. Now, a soccer injury has left pro golfer Rory McIlroy in crutches and a boot. He posted this picture on his Instagram saying he ruptured a ligament in his left ankle after playing soccer with friends this past weekend. And the timing of the injury couldn't be worse, as the Open Championship begins July 16th. McIlroy was formerly the favorite, and he hasn't been ruled out of competing just yet. But now Dallas, Texas native Jordan Spieth is the guy people are banking on to win it. The 21-year-old will be eyeing to win his 3rd major championship, to possibly be the first in the modern era to sweep all 4 majors in the same year. How amazing would that be?
That would be
a
fantastic.
Dallas, Texas native to sweep all 4 majors.
Rory getting a lot of hate on social media for playing soccer right before the British Open starts.
I played college soccer, and we were forbidden to play intramural sports because of senseless injuries like that. And we weren't getting paid millions.
Kind of thing. Well, that's the problem with the whole thing. One more quick look.
All right, a quick look at Storm Tracker Live Doppler radar one final time this evening. It is absolutely quiet out there right now. By the way, I did find the correct graphic for the Mineola Fire Department rodeo. It is this Friday and Saturday, July 10th and 11th, making sure that you have those dates correct. It will be 8 p.m. nightly. In the morning when you wake, though, it's going to be mostly cloudy, warm, humid, 76 degrees. Go figure. It's July.
It's July.
Yeah, right.
Thanks, sir. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, Good Morning East Texas begins tomorrow morning right here, 4:30.
Until then, KLTV.com. Have a good night.
Let the news follow you. From exclusive web content to text and email alerts, get your news wherever you are.